Joining us now to discuss, Congressman Dan Meuser, Republican from Pennsylvania. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. What are your thoughts on Speaker Pelosi?
Well, it's great to be with you this morning. Well, I think the Speaker, I hope anyway, she's just not trying to politicize this and continue the problem as opposed to focus on solutions. You know, where does that end? Look, I completely understand if people see a symbol in a certain way, but we better be very, very careful about how we assign blame. You know, you go back 155 years, we fought a civil war. 600,000 people died to bring liberty and freedom to all. All men and women are created equally. So, you know, assigning blame now seems very cheap and certainly, I don't believe, part of the solution, which we all need to be focused on.
Yeah, I want to ask you, too, about the mass protests that we're seeing against police misconduct. There are growing calls, I'm sure you've seen, to defund the police as well. This continues to go. Seattle's having issues with this, too. I want to show you some cities across the country considering reform here. And correct me if I'm wrong, your father was a police officer, so I'd like, if you could, break down for us the reality of taking money away from law enforcement. What would that look like? What is another sensible approach to this, again, as we look at the cities affected on your screen?
Well, defunding the police as is becoming a real trend, not just from the extreme left, but far too many, not all, but far too many, will only make this situation a lot worse. And I have to wonder, is that their goal? Is that what they want to do, to continue this problem rather than solve this problem? Look, this thing started. It was reprehensible. What happened to George Floyd, we're all on the same page. Every police officer throughout the Pennsylvania 9th that I spoke to, every police chief, as you mentioned, my dad was a detective in New York. Completely everybody on board, agreeable. Okay, what do we do about it? Instead, the idea is to defund the police, to riot, to loot, to have unpeaceful protests. Look, we've got to be part of the solution. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. We need accountability. Why was Chauvin still on the force after 18 grievances and police brutality claims? Yeah. A couple of them that were awful, right? Somebody died, he shot somebody. That's out of control. Where is the transparency? There needs to be more in these investigations, and we need better communication. President Donald J. Trump has been bringing people in, talking to them. I know he's going to Texas today. Yeah. Look, this is an inclusionary problem that we all need to be part of the solution, and I think we can do it.
Congressman, last question for you real quick before we go. We're still in the midst of a pandemic, if anyone's forgotten about this. I know you have a specific bill honed in on coronavirus and protecting people. Tell me about that bill, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. It's called the Scams Act, and I was very happy that Congressman Tom Suozzi from New York partnered with me on it. And what it is, it's going after those who are preying upon people during the course of this virus, where they're calling them up, asking them for their bank account numbers, for instance, in order for them to receive the stimulus funds. Things of that nature. There have been over 55,000 of them already, and we want to send a message and come down on them. The penalties are going to be heightened, and the scrutiny is going to be higher, and we're coming for them. So that's what we want them to know. You scammed during this crisis on good Americans, we're coming for you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's comforting words to hear right there for those that need it. Congressman, thank you for all the good work. That is Congressman Dan Meuser, Pennsylvania. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Good to see you, too.